I'm really glad that I could even join your meeting. I mean, things are a bit crazy. I don't know how much people have been following the information that's out there and Buddy's information, but thanks for even letting me take a few minutes to join your meeting. I appreciate it. Just real quick, I can tell you that I'm just dropped off 2 families, 5 people, and they're on their way to Germany and Belarus to be reunited with their family. I'm in front of a refugee center right now. You can kind of see I'm huddling next to the building, so I have some internet. But in the background there's a bus that's getting ready to take people. Behind me, behind this wall, they're doing the intake. All the centers are operating differently. They're starting to sort of change their protocols for us because they're worried about human trafficking and bad people taking people away from these centers and not being vetted and stuff like that. So they've actually, that's a good thing that they've improved their procedures of vetting people. But what happened this morning was that the Lviv airport and some of the areas around Lviv, which is sort of the pressure relief valve for Ukraine, has been was bombed, and Lviv itself is where everybody has sort of moved from the east to the west to wait this whole thing out because Lviv was considered safe. As of this morning, I think that that's maybe changing a little bit. So right now, this morning, the border was closed from Poland to Ukraine, and I sent Buddy a little video of that, and the trucks that were lined up for miles on A4 trying to get into Ukraine. The nonprofit that we are sort of working with, that's a German nonprofit here that's putting materials into Ukraine and then using trusted local networks to distribute the goods. They have a warehouse in Lviv, and we're in contact with them daily. And they're focused on material and logistics, and we're focused on carrying people out of the border zone to places like this where they can then connect to other resources, or I take people to the train station so they can get on trains. I physically will carry their bags. I'll put them on the train, or I'll get them their ticket and put them on the platform. And then I give them our information so that they can let us know that they made it to their destination safely. We have a phone number that we're using, a local phone number. They're all given SIM cards and cell phones at the refugee centers like the one behind me, so that they have the ability to call people in Poland. But we're using WhatsApp as a communication tool. It's working out extremely well. We've got our kind of trusted little network of people here that's constantly pinging each other, letting them know what is going on. You drop some people, there's a need here, run there, whatever. It's our communications tool, but internet is obviously a challenge. And I do apologize for, earlier not being able to get on, or even last week I did try. But, I'm out of time a lot of times, so I don't have a lot of opportunity to reach out to individual people, but I'm trying to use the internet and Facebook as much as I can through some of our trusted people, and get them to get the information that about what we're doing and what we're seeing out there to everybody else. What we're expecting is maybe the rocket attacks happen on Lviv, that possibly more people will exit. But right now the border's closed, so we don't really know what's going on as far as the people. But the nonprofit that we're kind of partnered with here on the ground, they also are bringing a lot of materials in, and they're stuck because they can't get their stuff across the border. And there's another nonprofit that's here that actually went in. I mean, it was minus 11 centigrade here a couple of days ago, and they built one center on the Ukrainian side to bring people into there and shelter them so that they wouldn't freeze to death or starve to death while they were waiting to cross. And then they also built a medical tent there. And then they used that as a model for what they were trying to do at all the other crossing points. So that the problem that they're having is they need volunteers to go build these shelters and medical facilities, because the police and firemen and any obviously military from Poland can't cross over to build those things, because that would create an international incident. So there's just a ton of help here. All of the train stations are full of interpreters, hot food, free train tickets, free plane tickets. The Polish people are doing a wonderful job supporting the refugees. It's super heartwarming, and it's also heartbreaking. The people that you have in your van, they tell stories of what they left behind, and some of them are horrific, and your heart goes out to them. My personal connection, just as a quick background, even though I kind of jumped right into the update, but my personal background is my grandmother is from Odessa, Ukraine. My great grandfather is from West Prussia, which is part of Poland now. So I have family, I don't know if I have any direct family anymore, anywhere here, but I had family here. And so that's how I originally came to Poland, was doing my family genealogy, and then met people and they became friends and so on. And that's how, when this all happened, I got involved by calling them up and saying, what can I do? And they don't have 787s running out of Ukraine to Poland or vice versa. So I guess I had to drive a van. And so that's, if they had a 787, I could do a lot more. But anyway, that's it's not possible. So a van is it. We started with one van and two drivers, and now we have two vans, three drivers, and a 50-passenger bus, and the bus is running full every single day. And then the two drivers are team driving to keep their duty days legal. The team that we have here is myself, the first person that got here was Marek. Marek is the cousin of the lady that I know who helped me when I started doing my genealogy here. So he's family with her. And then he's got his friend, his mate, Lucas, who's a truck driver as well from the UK. They're both Polish. And Marek and I both had the same idea, to come down here and drive a van and get these people off the border. And so it's been a great synergy and a great collaborative effort. They're super capable people, given the circumstances. And I'm really honored to be able to be here and serve. There's a lot of people back home that wish they could do more. And, I was just blessed with the job that I have and the time that I have to be able to physically come here and directly help the people. But I would just say, for anybody that's back home, don't focus on the news as much, focus on what you could do for other people and make a difference. And that, that's kind of my life is about service. That's my gift. I love to serve others, and this is a great way to do it. And that's why I'm here. So.